Huh? What about it?
Let me know when y'all ready.
Rolling.
Name's Sergeant Robert Thompson, Robert Thompson. At approximately 2:07, a call came in about collision where a single vehicle rear-ended a semi-truck. Upon police and fire's arrival, a fire was engulfed both the vehicle and the back of the semi-truck cargo. As a result of both the collision and the fire, there is one deceased on scene.
Was the driver of the tractor trailer injured at all?
No, the driver of the tractor trailer was not injured.
And I guess for now, what do you expect? I mean, the highway's going to be closed for several hours. What's next now, I guess?
The highway will be closed for a few hours just to complete the initial investigation. It will be reopened as soon as possible.
Do you happen to know by any chance if the Amazon truck had a Mansfield dam on an actual car on it?
I say that one more time.
Do you know what was inside the cargo of that trailer?
The trailer is an Amazon Prime truck, and it was loaded with cargo, just assuming it's going to be Amazon deliveries.
Do you happen, what I was saying is, do you happen to know if the truck, the Amazon Prime truck, had a Mansfield bar?
Mansfield bar?
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
It protects the cars from
Okay.
completely rolling
Yes,
underneath.
it did have a protection bar underneath.
But it still managed to get someone underneath.
Correct.
So that means that car must have been, I mean, do we know how fast?
No, that's going to be up for the investigators to determine after they do their investigation into this. It's going to be difficult, I think, to determine exactly how fast, but just from what's seen on scene, it was traveling at a high rate of speed.
Were there any?
I was just gonna say, it had paper plates on it. Does that indicate that it was a new vehicle? Does that say anything? It has a paper plate.
Correct.
The car. Does that indicate that it's a new vehicle, or could it be something else?
I mean, I can't even tell, just by looking at the vehicle, what make or model it is. It's damaged heavily.
How did y'all's response change when y'all got on scene and found the trailer engulfed with flames and car?
The first priority at that point was to get the fire under control. It was quickly determined that there was one deceased in the vehicle. So at that point, it was strictly controlling the fire. And then once that got under control, our investigation can begin.
Was it just that one person in the car, or were there other people involved in the car?
Based off what we're looking at, it looks like there is one sole occupant of the car. But until we're able to get the scene cleaned up a little bit and Emmy's office to kind of do their portion of it, we'll be able to determine if there was anybody else in the car. But just from the initial visual of it, looks like there was just one deceased.
How did you receive the call? Was it through the driver of the semi-truck, or do you know?
There was multiple calls on it. The driver of the semi-truck was one of the individuals that called 911.
What time did y'all receive the call again?
It came in at 2:07.
And for now, I guess, what are firefighters doing? Because I saw them kind of going in the truck, and you were telling me, I guess, at hot spots?
Yeah, there's still some hot spots that are going on inside the Amazon truck where firefighters are just continually to put water on that to prevent that fire from re-engulfing.
Having, as your time on the force, do you often see these type of crashes where, I mean, part of that car is sort of submerged underneath this?
I mean, it doesn't happen a lot, but when it comes to high rate of speeds and hitting an object that's this size, it definitely can, cause a lot of damage like that.
So just from your initial investigation, it seems like that car was going pretty fast. Don't know how fast, but...
Yeah, there's no telling how fast it was going, but it was going a significant rate of speed.
Do we know, I mean, obviously this might be hard, but at this time, do we know if there was like any distracted driving involved because the fact that it kind of came up on it? Or...
Yeah, I mean, based off of how the collision is, there's no way to determine if there was any distracted driving or anything like that. Investigators are going to have to do their job for that follow-up to find out.
But for sure we can know that potentially speed was involved.
Just from my opinion, not on an investigative scale to determine how fast, but it was moving at a pretty significant rate of speed.
Do you know where they are detouring traffic off of what exit it is?
So right now we're detouring traffic off of westbound Ben White onto the Riverside exit, and vehicles are able to take the frontage road.
So what exit is this that's closed?
This is the Montopolis exit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it reopens, I'm assuming a little.
Yes, it does reopen just prior to Montopolis Drive.
You don't have any kind of indication yet whether the driver may be male or female, or if they're an adult?
No, there's no indication on age, sex, race, anything.
And the truck driver, that they're okay?
The truck driver is okay.
Thank
Good.
you so
All right, man, and if you can state your name and spell it for me, please.
It's Kendall Edgman, Kendall, Edgman, Edgmon.
All right. And can you tell me what'd you see out here tonight, man?
I pulled up probably about maybe 2 or 3 minutes after the accident happened. I just saw I saw a bunch of fire trucks headed this way. I came down this road. A big fireball, basically. Whenever the car hit the 18-wheeler, there was no chance of them even getting to the car that was underneath the trailer. But they knocked the fire down quickly, and hopefully everyone's all right.
How did you hear about it? Were you just leaving for work, or did you just...
I work a night shift, so I was just now getting home. I live about a quarter mile down the road, and I heard it. Kind of didn't think of, couldn't tell what it was, and then I seen a whole bunch of lights, and I pulled up over here, and that's when I saw it. So
did you get here before any of the first responders, or?
I pulled up kind of right as they were coming in. A lot of them pulled up afterwards, but there was one fire truck here when I was here.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
I've never seen anything of this magnitude. Not this close up, and really, watching a vehicle underneath a burning, wreckage. They couldn't do anything about it. It's sad, and I hope everything's all right.
Is there anything else you'd like to have, man?
No, I'm good. AFD did a great job. They knocked the fire down quickly.
And can you spell your name and say it for me again?
It's Kendall Edgman, Kendall, Edgman, Edgmon.
All right, thanks, man.
Yep.